Jay, you really are dressed like a professional wrestler in a hotel lobby.
4 a.m. trying to get the fucking scraps.
You're not fucking like. What does that guy do? Oh, he's a pro. Oh, the big bomber.
Just getting ready to bring some girl back up with mismatched tits and fucking acid wash jeans.
Come on, toots. 45 minutes till continental breakfast.
She's gonna leave a skid mark on the sheets.
Dude, it's like comedy. Like reminds me of pro wrestling in that way because like
what?
Like there's no hot comedy groupies. You know what I'm saying?
Just straight up groupies,
like that are just like they want to fuck.
No, at what level, dude? At what level? You don't think Dane Cook had like
no, but
fucking
Dane Cook is a celebrity groupie.
That's what
you
it
don't
is,
think.
yeah.
But I'm saying those are famous comics. I'm saying like famous comics could get like
no, but famous. There's chicks that go to pro wrestling shows on the road that aren't like that. They just want to fuck the wrestlers.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the top WWE guys. Those
not
guys.
even the top WWE guys.
No.
That
Not
just
top.
go and fucking they want like Hacksaw Jim Duggan now. Like they would suck his cock in a bathroom somewhere.
Well,
they kind of nod to that. And that you saw the wrestler in the movie.
Yeah, they
kind of nod. Remember, like he's supposed to be all like fucked up looking.
Oh no, I'm not saying like on the road they don't. Yeah, that level.
Chick, no, remember that chick?
Flags.
That chick like recognizes them. Like he fucks that like hot chick in the movie. It's like yeah, they really are like. But no, but I'm saying there's not really comedy groupies are like. They're always like kind of short lived too. They don't really
on
do
the
it for
road.
long.
There's some. They're out there. I've met a few like where you go
and
like,
they fuck a bunch of the comics, like a bunch.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Just whatever comics in town they want to hang out and they want to fuck.
Oh, dude, that's the other thing I wanted to say.
Tell me the city.
New York. Her name is Beatrice. baby.
We're all taking a turn.
That was the other thing I wanted to say. I had a dream about
you had a baby with B.
I had a dream.
You sort of do.
No B. I had a dream that me and Lewis double banged that girl that we banged together again. Like that we double banged her again.
Nice.
So I like a genuine sex dream that featured Lewis in it. Like it was a real, like fucking full-fledged.
You guys double bang that chick, huh?
We talked about it for a while. You want to do it again, man? I mean, she's here.
But it was a dream, so I just snapped my fingers and she disappeared. We started kissing.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like it's like Ghostbusters 3. It's so far removed now from the original, but still, you check it out.
You're like, yeah. Why didn't you make this when there was big money at the time to make this movie?
Well, you know what's funny?
You're probably not gonna get Bill Murray involved.
Jay, you missed this because we did the sausage fest or the sausage party here at the Creek, and we did a mini
excellent,
mini podcast. And one of the things I had asked Dave was, has he ever jerked off to the memory of me and him double teaming that chick?
And I had to say, I absolutely have, and it's because there's something just so
filthy
hoary about what that girl did. That it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of hot. A girl ever did something
Plus
that
my
hoary.
body. Started
Plus
thinking about
Lewis,
my bod.
his fat body was there. This was not your body at its best, dude. This was not a great showing for your body. But you said you had two, right? It's like a fucking
Yeah, I whacked one.
Yeah, come on, Dave.
Look, here's I'll tell you this: when I jerk off, I go through. It's so funny, even when I'm watching porn.
Dave's always in the role.
I always go to Dave.
Dave's always sort of right there, over my shoulder.
No, I go through so many memories of shit that I've done.
Dave, what are you wearing? All right, I'll call you back later.
Can you just say a bunch?
Have you showered yet? What does that area between your balls and thighs smell like? Thanks.
No, but dude, don't you like, even when I like jerk off the porn, I'll go through like Rolodexes of shit that's happened in the past in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, it's such a high level of masturbation at this point.
Fast moving, your greatest hits. Dude, it's so many things, right? It'll be like your greatest hits, then it could be like a fantasy off one of your greatest hits. Like maybe some shit that you never even pulled off, but like, oh, what if I had pulled
imagine
this
I was
off?
fucking that chick and then Dave came in the room.
Imagine Dave just stood there jerking off.
Oh, man.
She wasn't even there.
Her fucking young Pamela Anderson would be so hot. You don't make it hotter if Dave was there encouraging me. Like he just happened upon us and he was holding a plate of food or something. He's like, hey guys, I brought everyone some melon. Oh. Mind if I join the party? We've told that on this podcast, right? We've told Mind if I join the party? We had to have.
No, I don't think we did.
Come on,
I think
dude.
That was always
What's Mind if I join the party?
Come on, dude.
Mind if I join the party? Have we told that story?
Pittsburgh?
Was I there?
We must,
No,
yeah,
you
know
weren't
what?
there.
We must have told this story.
No.
We had to have told the story.
This is where I think it was when we were.
I don't want to tell the end.
Was it just us, or was it?
It
that
was
was
just.
with the towel?
Oh no, it was with the towel.
It was It was
Can you give me
Sorry.
Give me like a quick clue to let me know if I know it? And
we
I'll
were
tell you if
working with Tell.
Pittsburgh.
I said the thing. It was the one where the hotel
A girl came back to smoke with us who wasn't even on our comedy show. She just worked at Dave & Buster's. Did we tell you this at all?
She's, by the way, all right, so we're at fucking in Pittsburgh. We're working with Attell at the Pittsburgh Improv. We meet this chick at a Dave & Buster's. We meet at Dave & Buster's.
This story does not look good for me.
We are flirting with this girl. It's not really that bad because it's
kind of fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. Oh no, you're not the winner. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I know the story. And I don't think you ever told us in the podcast because you had a wife at the time.
We're flirting it up with this girl right away at the Dave & Buster's.
Can I pause you for a second?
No.
A lot of the time we would tell stories back in the day and we would put them in like past context for no reason at all.
It was a month and a half ago. All right, we're out there. No, this is years ago. But so we're just being like whatever, being us at Dave & Buster's with the waitress, like just like kind of bullshit.
Giving Lewis impressions.
So, hey,
actually, what happened was, if you recall, we're making the girl. It's these real like dipshit chicks working there, and the girl's like almost on her cell phone. So we're saying things about
making her laugh.
Pictures,
Yeah, we said now right away. She pretty quickly is showing us naked pictures of her on her cell phone, like right
Proudly.
there at Dave & Buster's, just full pussy shots, everything and it's
But if you recall, this also, she wasn't.
It was
our
not
waitress.
bad.
She was the friend. No, there was a waitress. There was like a bigger girl who liked us, who wanted to hang out with us.
Oh yeah.
And then she goes, she called her friend or whatever. And was like, "Hey, Darlene, come over here. These guys are doing."
And once again, in hindsight, we should have gone with the big girl.
Yeah,
but
true. And Darlene, we'll call her. Came over and she was way more attractive.
And I'll tell you, and the naked pictures were not bad. And she did look. So anyway, we end up being like, hey, we're going back to the hotel. If you want to come back later, come back. So she comes back later, right?
Yeah.
She comes by.
Here's the thing. She said she was only coming like to smoke and bullshit. So we were like waiting almost to play video games or smoke, do whatever, because we were just like, and then we were gonna give up. It was like an hour later, and we're like, fuck it, we're over it. Who cares? Like, let's just like play video games or whatever. And then she texted you or something and said she was like there.
Yeah,
so she's here. She comes up to the room.
So she comes up. We're like smoking pot or something like that. We're kind of bullshitting, and right away, I think Jay just convinced her to get naked, which I thought was really hilarious. And Jay gave her it was just a great thing. He was like, okay, hey,
it was Patrice-esque.
Yeah, it was.
Describe it.
It was Jay was he was like, oh hey, I'm gonna pack up some weed. You should just take off your clothes while we smoke weed. That'll be great. You just be naked and we can all smoke weed. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't just know if I could do that. It's the way I was raised.
Which is the best moment when a girl said, you could just,
you can tell whether it's a out of the question.
Well, no, as a man, you were like sharks. You'd be like, oh, okay, there's blood on the water.
Well,
you didn't give me an out of the question.
If I don't smell almost very obvious blood, by the way,
by the way, most of these girls are on their period, so we mean literally and figuratively.
Well, you guys both know me well enough to know that I'm actually not very aggressive in that regard. So if I was getting no feeling from this girl that something like this could happen, I wouldn't have pursued it.
No, but I remember
Jay needs a fucking pig to absolutely throw it at him, and then he's in. Then immediately, he's like, all right, yeah. As long as it doesn't matter what she looks like, it doesn't matter. This is back in the day when we used to fuck chicks. As long as she just didn't make him do any work for it at all, which typically the only chick who's not going to make you do any work for it
pretty gross.
Is a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah.
So that's
girls have learned their whole lives.
No, that's not MO, because I don't have my dominant thing in life is not fucking gross animals, but there are a few. Without a doubt.
No, I'm not saying it's your dominant thing in life. I'm saying that's going on the road and trying to get pussy with you was that.
Yeah, because I never wanted to chase at all. I have no interest in it.
We would literally not go ever
go
chase. But if there was a creature from the Black Lagoon that climbed their way out of a swamp.
Usually it was 3 creatures. That's always funny. It's always a grouping of 3 creatures in some way. That was the
just
best
fucking a Walking Dead Ebola victim. Just, just fat on fat. As long as she said immediately that she was going to fuck you, you would do it.
Come on, Jay. You know we got to contain this thing.
Sure, it really isn't.
But anyway, but it's not again, and I will I'm not throwing you under the bus at all, because Jay's not creepy with it at all. It's not pull the tits out or you got to leave type thing.
I'm saying she was a hotter chick than you think would do this. By the way,
yeah, she was pretty good, and it was just a thing that goes, just come on, think about it. How many just great experiences you get to have in your life? You're just I went back to that comedian's hotel room and I just got naked and we smoked weed and it was fucking hot and we had just an awesome night. And Jay just convinces this girl, she's like, yeah, you know what? I never go for it, and just blah blah. It's just this as if she gets naked right away.
Just freedom.
We're smoking weed.
Now here's this thing. Now here's where it's funny. This has already gone so much further than I expected.
It's just picking up
It's
quick.
going so good that now I'm almost out because I'm definitely not especially in this grouping that I'm in, me, Dave, and this girl. I'm definitely not the guy that too is just gonna fucking hang dong right away and be like, "We're ready to party." Right? I'm like, Dave's got to stunt cock this whole thing. Like Dave's got to be the representative. I had this happen with Kevin Hart, by the way back in the day. Kev had to stunt cock it because a fucking 5'2" guy with a 10-inch dick looks way better than the fucking 340-pound fat guy with a fucking thimble dick. So,
well, I guess I had no idea all of this was at work in Jay's head, but I know that Jay, right when she's naked, Jay goes, "Why don't you just make out with my friend Dave a little bit?"
I go on the back because now
she comes over and starts making out with me. I'll never forget because it was just such a funny, like these dumb chicks. But she just goes, we like make out for a second, and she just said, like, kind of whispered in my ear. She goes, "You have a good friend." Just like I was like, I don't even know what. She thought that was like a fun thing to say. Anyway, so James just goes out and smokes a cigarette.
You're gonna live through that cancer.
Now I start making out.
I told you had cancer. I hope this helps your last few days be a little more comfortable.
So I start making out with this chick, by the way, a butt naked chick that I'm making out with. So that doesn't take very long before it's like a lot more than. But
I at this point make a decision. I'm if they start making out,
off.
No, but they're making out, and I'm just kind of like, I guess I should let that develop more before I get involved. By the way, it doesn't seem like anyone seems pretty much on board that we're going to double team this chick. It seems like
definitely seemed like that was what was going to happen.
So I go outside and I start smoking.
You got a good friend. I'm going to suck his dick.
I'm going to show him how good he is. I go outside and I start smoking a cigarette on the balcony. And
just being cool as shit.
Yeah.
Danny Zuko.
Oh, dude, looking.
Jay smokes a cigarette. Yeah, but I went to work.
You know what happens in those situations though? I really do feel like a rich fat guy who just paid a young sexy couple to have sex in front of me. Like, my dick doesn't work anymore. I just watch young people make love.
Oh yes, David, stroke her from behind.
It's brain masturbation. So I go. I see the
under reaction in the room. That was great.
It's
pick it up, boys.
She goes. Now when I come back in the room, here's the position that she's in, and I gotta describe this in a. This is a really funny way because I want to make people.
I'm trying to remember. She's blowing me when you come back in. Okay, so at first, like we're hooking up for a little while now. Then I guess for a little bit because like I've
5 minutes a cigarette.
Her for a little bit. She starts blowing me.
5-6 minutes a cigarette.
I want to say I'm laid down on my back in the bed. No,
nope.
Not even sort of position.
I know. I remember this because this was one of the. I was very memorable.
You're doing a standing split like a dancer.
Oh, she's laid down.
She's laying down. Here's the thing. Now picture she's laying on the bed. She's laying on the bed on her back the way you would lay on a bed on one side.
Talk more about how Dave looked.
I will. She's laying down. Her back is on the bed. Her feet, though, the bottoms of her feet are planted on the bed. So you picture that her knees are bent completely.
Yeah. Her head is back off the bed.
Her legs are closed. No, her head's just at the top of the bed. And she has her head turned to the side. Dave's standing next to the bed, leaning over, and she's sucking his dick.
He's humping her face.
Yeah. No, she was like blowing me.
She was blowing, yeah.
No, I was like face fucking the
chick. So Dave,
it didn't get violent in this cigarette, bro.
Dude,
take it, whore.
This is great, dude. I can't believe we haven't. We must have told this on the podcast. If not, the new fans will love this. So my idea to do to this chick is like a shark's fin. I go wedge with my hands, with my palms, and I put them between her shins, and I open her fucking legs up, which she lets me do. It's not like I'm like forcing them over, but I open it, and then she just sees my fucking big dumb fat face come barreling through the thing, and I go, "Mind if I join the party?" Oh, dude, why did I say that?
Jay said the words.
Why would I say that?
I join the party.
Do you know the first time I tried to have sex with a girl who didn't want to have sex with me? The second girl I ever did anything sexual with, I pulled a condom out of my closet and I looked at her and I said, "Guess I'll be needing one of these." So I have a history of this kind of stupid narration. And
I think girls like a nice action movie line right before.
I'm like the Morgan Freeman of fucking. Now, I think that's about the time we can be using one more person in this party. So
time to take out the trash.
So I go, "Mind if I join the party?" And she sits up so fast. She goes, "I'm uncomfortable." And then I go, "I'm uncomfortable." And I walk back and forth in front of her. It's all panic haste.
Dude, Jay, right away, everyone just stops. So I'm getting my dick sucked, and that stops all of a sudden.
She
and I'm
sits
like,
up.
huh? And she's like, and Jay's like, no, I'll leave. And I'm like, dude, Jay, don't leave. Jay's like, dude, I'm good. Don't worry about it.
I'm already at the door. He goes, Jay, you don't have to leave. I go, you guys have a good time. And I walk out of the room. I walk out of the room without my key to the room.
Without anything.
I'm in basketball shorts and socks. I can't go outside. I think I didn't bring my cigarettes. I just left the room. And now I don't want to knock on the door when Taylor goes, can I get my cigarettes while you guys do whatever you're going to do?
I mean, if you really don't want me to join the party, I'll leave.
You guys have to make one more attempt at it.
He goes, guys, is it because I didn't RSVP to the party? Because I said I would and I forgot. I swore I dropped it in the mail.
Dave, did you plus one to the party?
He goes, dude, she was, where she really got upset when you tried to join the party. I can tell I took a left. You tried to join the party with no RSVP. So I go downstairs and I'm like, I have nothing. So then I just go and I sit in the hallway outside the room and sort of wait for it to end. And then I knocked on the door when I heard like just conversation happening again. And I walked back inside. And then she kind of put her shit on and left. But it was funny when I asked Dave about it later. He's like, "You really should have stayed because that girl." Describe what, dude. You said she blew you like in the worst way ever.
Well, it was just like she would just like do. It was it wasn't like she didn't blow me. Technically speaking, like in the worst way ever. The blow job. It was that she would like. So Jay leaves, and then we were there for like a second, and it's like, so whatever. We work back to like kissing and hooking up again. She starts like blowing me again. And then she'd blow me for like a couple minutes, and then she would just stop and be like, I shouldn't do this. You know what? I'm uncomfortable again. Like, I shouldn't do this. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then we'd stop. We'd talk for like 2 minutes. She'd start hooking up again. She did it like twice or 3 times. To the point by the 3rd time, I'm like, all right, look, if you don't want to do that, like, this is fun. And then she did.
She's like, but because can we invite Jay back? I feel like I don't know anybody at this party.
This is a pretty lame party, so
I'd like to jerk off to this later, so I can't need one of my boys around.
They wouldn't let my friend in this
that was
party?
a callback to your guys jerking
it
off
was
to
good.
each other.
It was too smart for our audience.
It is. It's not
It's
a smart crowd
It's
here.
a dumb in-studio audience.
Too
This
many,
is why
too many throughways there.
I intentionally,
Very dumb.
I intentionally dumb it down every time I do this
We
podcast.
usually do.
What'd you say?
Huh?
I said that I think we just have fewer people than we usually
Well,
do.
no, it's a Monday instead of a Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, it's just there's a Monday kind of vibe here.
I hate Mondays, but I love
can I-
lasagna.